Guys, I made the strongest athletes from sports anime compete against each other. I'm taking 12 of the best guys from everyone's favorite sports anime like Blue Lock, Haikyuu, and Slam Dunk, dividing them into 2 teams. They're gonna duke it out against each other in a dodgeball match. Most of these are the kings in their own stories. Let's see how their stats and personalities will fare against each other. Let's go over the stars of each team, starting with Team A. There's Nagi from Blue Lock. He's the kind of guy who makes everything look easy. He's just naturally talented at sports. He can instantly copy and improve upon any movement he sees. Shoyo from Haikyuu. He's our tiny giant, small but really fast. He has amazing reflexes and can jump extremely high. His acceleration is definitely the fastest of anyone here. Tsubasa from Captain Tsubasa. His body control and spatial awareness is off the charts. Taiga from Kuroko's basketball. He's tall and jumps ridiculously high. His raw explosive power is probably the best among all players in this team. Kakeru from Run with the Wind. He's a runner, so his cardiovascular endurance and sustained speed are maxed out. Akutsu from Aoashi. He's an insanely disciplined man with mad defending skills, and his raw aura is enough to give even some Blue Lock characters a run for their money. Now, the opposing Team B has Goenji from Inazuma 11. Just like Ace from One Piece, he's both the ace of the team and a fire element user. He can kick the ball hard enough to light it on fire. Sakuragi from Slam Dunk. Tall, strong, and incredibly zealous. Ippo from Hajime no Ippo. He's a boxer with extraordinary core strength and superhuman endurance. Victor from Yuri on Ice is a figure skater. His agility and elegance is peak. Kenji from Ahiru no Sora. He's quick, has sharp reflexes, and his hand-eye coordination is exceptional. Toa from One Outs. His physical stats are also great, but he's more of a strategic player. He's good at reading people and then exploiting their weaknesses. Now, before we begin, here's a quick refresher to the rules of dodgeball. Don't get hit by a ball before it touches the ground. Catch someone's throw, they're out, and one of your teammates can come back in. Alright, the referee blows the whistle, and it's on! Taiga sprints to the center line with his explosive power and grabs the first ball. At the same time, Goenji grabs another ball. Taiga turns and throws the ball straight at Sakuragi, who's about to pick up another ball. Sakuragi is caught off guard because he was in the middle of grabbing one of the balls when the one Taiga threw reaches his face. He barely dodges it and stumbles to the side. Meanwhile, Nagi picks up a ball and throws it at Victor. Victor sidesteps smoothly with his elegant moves, and the ball misses him by inches. His teammates even start clapping because he's so slick. Going back to the ball Goenji is holding, he decides to go big early. He knows that you can't just kick the ball, which is why he swings his arm like a kick and mimics his fire tornado from Inazuma 11. The ball is immediately lit on fire, and it shoots straight towards Shoyo. He somehow manages to react just in time by doing his signature high jump, which causes the ball to miss him. Of course, the sheer power of the throw still leaves everyone speechless, because from everyone else's point of view, Goenji is the only one who uses actual superpowers in this match. Anyways, Tokochi is at the back. He analyzes the court and sends a signal to Kenji which tells him to fake left and aim for Tsubasa on the right. Kenji follows through perfectly. He tricks Taiga and throws a clean shot straight at Tsubasa. He dives low and just barely avoids getting hit. Akutsu picks a stray ball, and at the same time, Kakeru moves along the sidelines and makes sure everyone on Team A stays in proper formation. Ippo from Team B tries to catch him with a surprise throw, but Kakeru's agility lets him dodge easily. At this point, the game is still neck and neck. Now, Team B passes over to Ippo again, and he decides to aim for Nagi. He throws hard at Nagi, but as you can expect, Nagi twists his entire body to catch the ball in a way that stops its momentum immediately. It's still rough, but he manages and catches the ball. Ippo is the first one out. Sakuragi from Team B starts getting the hang of it and points to Akutsu as his target. Akutsu braces himself and tells him to bring it on. However, when Sakuragi throws the ball, Tokochi steps in and touches it just a little with his left fist, which causes the ball's direction to shift upwards. Team A realizes that this was their plan because Goenji had also already jumped. When the ball shifts upwards, he smashes it with his left hand and sends it straight towards Nagi like a fire tornado. Nagi takes his stance and prepares his mind to somehow stop it, but Akutsu, who is standing next to him, knows that it's impossible for Nagi's body to withstand such a powerful shot by himself. He jumps in between them and uses his left arm to deflect the shot. Akutsu's left arm is broken and burnt because of the impact, and he also gets eliminated. But thanks to him, Nagi stays in the game. If not for him, Nagi would have been on his way to the ICU. Now, with Akutsu out, Team A loses their backbone. Shoyo and Tsubasa give each other glances and go on the offensive. We all know Shoyo works best with a partner, and there's no Kageyama here. Tsubasa pretends to throw and fakes out Kenji, but instead of throwing the ball himself, he throws it up into the air, which gives Shoyo the opportunity to jump and spike it as hard as he could. Before Kenji can figure out the ball's spin, he gets hit. Kenji is now also out. This leaves Team B with 4 players, while Team A still has 5. Victor from Team B picks up a stray ball and targets Nagi by setting it up for Goenji. By this point, everyone knows that their bodies can't handle a throw from Goenji. Nagi dodges instead of trying to catch it. Team B attacks again. This time, it's Tokochi. He pretends to pass it to Goenji, but then throws the ball straight at Nagi. Nagi smiles. He knows that he'll be able to control it with his foot. But right before the ball was about to hit Nagi, it shifts mid-air and hits Kakeru. Yep, Kakeru is out. The teams are down to 4 players each. Tsubasa notices that Victor's movements don't quite appear to be of someone who's used to a wooden floor. He aims for Victor's blind spot. Victor successfully dodges, but he ends up landing awkwardly on the ground. Shoyo was waiting for this. He hits Victor's legs and voila, he's out. Sakuragi picks up the same ball and lines up a tricky throw towards Tsubasa. Tsubasa is confident that he can catch it. However, Shoyo gradually gets closer just in case the ball slips. And well, yeah, the ball slips from his hands. Fortunately, Shoyo dives and catches the ball. Sakuragi is out, and thanks to the catch, Team A can now bring one of their players back into the game. They bring back Kakeru. Now, it's 2 versus 5. Tokochi tells Goenji that he'll prepare a spike for him. Goenji braces himself. Taiga, on the other hand, tells his teammates that he'll catch the ball, but they'll have to support his body. However, this is where Shoyo proposes something even better. He tells Taiga and Tsubasa to support his body with their arms and backs, while Nagi stands on their left and Kakeru on their right. He declares that he'll receive the ball, but it'll most likely incapacitate all 3 of them, which is why it'd then be up to Nagi and Kakeru to both catch the ball and then deal with Tokochi. It's gonna be like how Gon, Killua, and Hisoka stopped Razor's spike in Hunter x Hunter. And so it happens. Tokochi sets the ball to Goenji, who then sends a spike spinning with a fire tornado straight at the boys. Right as the ball hits Shoyo's arms, all 3 of them work together in sync to kill its momentum and send it flying right above them. Unfortunately, while Shoyo, Taiga, and Tsubasa try to bear the pain of the impact, the ball flies a little outside the court. At this rate, it's gonna be out. But Kakeru jumps outside and passes the ball back inside while still mid-air. Nagi catches the ball, and that's it. Goenji is finally out. Kakeru is also out because he lands outside the court. Tsubasa, Taiga, and Shoyo can't go on either because they just managed a literal fire tornado. This leaves Nagi and Tokochi as the only 2 players on the court. But because Nagi caught the ball, Team A can bring back one of their own. Akutsu's arm is injured, but he decides to come back in. Now, it's Akutsu and Nagi from Team A versus Tokochi from Team B. Team A knows if Tokochi somehow catches the ball, he'll bring Goenji back. And if that happens, Team A is cooked. He locks his eyes on Nagi and analyzes every movement. He waits, calculates, and stays ready. Nagi fakes a throw towards Tokochi's left side, and because Tokochi was watching him so intently, Tokochi's weight shifts a little to the left side. Well, that's all they needed. Akutsu suddenly sprints forward, and at the same time, Nagi throws the ball, not at Tokochi, but towards Akutsu. Tokochi maintains his cool and tries to step back to regain his stance, but it's too late. Akutsu launches himself into the air and then uses his right arm to spike the ball straight down at Tokochi. It's too fast. He decides to dodge it, but he notices that Nagi has put a weird spin on it. He sighs and decides to catch the ball instead. And let me tell you that while Tokochi does succeed in catching the ball, the momentum pushes one of his feet outside the court. That's it, Tokochi's out, and Team A bags the victory.